Let's talk about you. Is there really career growth in the call center? And is a call center job really a dead-end job? Hi there, Ninja! Welcome back to another episode of Call Center Story Time. This is the third episode. If you haven't watched the first and the second episode, I will link them up there or on the description box below. So, my name is Rhea. If you're new here, you're watching Call Center Ninja. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to click the red subscribe button so that you will be updated with my new videos every Wednesdays and Fridays. So, today we are going to talk about another very controversial topic about call center industry. And if you don't know yet, I am starting this call center storytime video because I want to be a little bit more personal with you. And this video is kind of like less formal than my other videos, which talk about more on tips and practical ways on how to survive, how to begin your call center lifestyle. Or I know that some of my viewers are also watching from outside the Philippines, but you guys might have a different kind of work situation than what we have here in the Philippines. So probably it is still applicable, but some aspects may not be applicable. A lot of the things that I read or I watch online are actually negative impressions of the call center industry. A lot of people say that, when you start working in the call center industry, it is a dead-end job. Like, there is no exit possible. You can no longer go out of that industry. Or some people say that you have a college degree. Why do you have to work in a call center? You graduated and you spent all 5 years or 4 years of your life in college and you're just going to work in a call center. Some people will say that that job is not even related to your course or to your major. So why are you taking that job in the first place? Some people will also say, like, if you work in the call center, you will start to become pigeonholed as a call center agent. Like, anywhere you go, whenever you want to try looking for another type of job, you will be pigeonholed as a call center agent. So there's so many negative impressions, negative things about the call center industry, but a lot of them are actually just misconceptions by people who haven't even started working in the call center yet, or by people who have not even taken a second look on how the industry or the BPO industry looks like. When I started in the call center industry, I never intended to become a trainer. I never really intended to climb the corporate ladder to be promoted or anything like that, because I was just planning to stay in the call center for 5 months. But then again, I can say that I am an achiever type of person in such a way that I really want to try new things and I want to achieve my goals as much as I can. And to try doing that even though I fail sometimes. So when I started, of course, I started as a customer service representative. Everybody starts from the bottom. Everybody starts from the beginning, right? And you have to work your way up there. You don't really start from the top, right? You always have to start from the bottom. And I'm saying this because you also have to manage your expectations when you start working in the call center. So I stayed as a customer service representative, learned the ropes and learned as much as I can because I want to be good. If not good, I want to be better, and eventually I want to be one of the best in doing my job in the call center. As what they say, it's not really the job, but it's how you do the job. So even if you're working as a security guard, as a janitor, or even if your salary is not that big just yet, if you do your job really well and if you perform, then you're really good and you're really best at what you're doing. And I respect you for what you're doing. So what I really just did was to do my best to excel and perform well in doing my job or my role as a customer service representative. And then there came a time when it was already my supervisor who requested who asked me if I wanted to try being a subject matter expert or a peer coach. And I thought that that was a great opportunity for me to move up and to be promoted in the future. It's like a great start, right? Because as I've mentioned, everybody starts from the beginning. So I accepted that opportunity. And then after just 1 week or 2 weeks, I started my role as a subject matter expert or a peer coach. So what I did was I assisted new hires or those who are just starting in our account or in the call center. And I would handle a micro team of 4 people, and every time they took calls, I was there to assist them. And when you are already in your nesting stage or your transition stage wherein you start taking calls, you'll also have your own SME or subject matter expert or peer coach who will assist you when you have questions or concerns about your calls. So that's what I did for starters. And being a peer coach or a subject matter expert kind of paved the way to becoming or to other opportunities or other roles in our account. So I knew that I could be a supervisor, I could be a trainer, I could be a QA analyst. So I just explored the possibilities. And then eventually there was an opening for a trainer. So I tried that, and also eventually I got accepted. So I did not end up as a supervisor because I thought that that was not really my forte. And I wanted to become a trainer because I want to, also share my knowledge and my skills to new hires, just like what I am doing now. And I liked being a trainer. Let's talk about you. Is there really career growth in the call center? And is a call center job really a dead-end job? So I have to say this first, is that each job, no matter how different, is also similar in a way that you will really have to work for it. And you have to start from the beginning. You have to work hard if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to move up or be promoted. If you do not do anything to achieve your goal, then nothing will happen. So I'd say that any other kind of job can be a dead-end job if you let it and if you want it to be a dead-end job. So if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, you can also be pigeonholed as a lawyer or a doctor forever, even if you want to change career or even if you want to change paths in life. But that's really how life is. When you start to do something, yes, you will be known for that one thing, but that's not to say that you cannot change career if you want to in the future. There are other call center agents who want to be call center agents because that's what they want to do. They enjoy doing that, or maybe some of them don't enjoy doing that, but they choose to be agents because perhaps they get higher salary because of the bonuses and incentives. That's one of the pros of being an agent. A lot of supervisors or trainers do not really get consistent incentives or bonuses because those things depend on how their agents perform. So if their team does not perform well, then that means no bonus or no incentive for the supervisor or for the trainer. So there are also pros and cons. But what I'd like to say is that if you let your call center job be a dead-end job and think of it negatively, then it's going to be a dead-end job. So when you start working as a call center agent and you already have that mindset that, okay, I'm going to be a call center agent forever, then that's going to happen, and that if that's what you're thinking. But when you start as a call center agent and then you tell yourself that, okay, now I will start as a call center agent, there's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with being a call center agent, obviously, but I also want to try other things, such as I want to become a supervisor, I want to try becoming a trainer or a QA analyst, or not just moving up, but you can also move horizontally. Like, You can be a communications analyst or supervisor in the industry, not just in your account, right? You can also be an IT expert. If, for example, you graduated as an IT engineer, software engineer, call centers or BPOs are not just about, call centers or talking over the phone. There are a lot of ways for you to move on. There are a lot of ways for you to grow in your career or to develop. It's not just about taking calls, it's also about developing your skills in talking with different types of people, developing your problem solving skills, critical thinking skills. So, with all those challenges in the call center industry, for sure you will come out of it as someone who is skilled enough to do your job. There's another story that I'd like to tell you, just a quick story. So this is a story of one of my trainees previously, so I will not name names anymore. But when he started, he was really struggling in English. He couldn't speak straight, although he knew how to speak English, but when he needed to speak with the customer over the phone, he would have a hard time because he was too nervous. He was not confident of himself. He was not confident of his skills. I knew and I understood that he knew what to do. He had the knowledge, but he could not express himself. He was always scared. And there was even a time, I think that was the first time he took calls. So he wore his headset, and then I believed he could not understand the customer anymore. So what he did was he gave me his headset. He gave me his headset so that I could take the call. It was as if telling me to take his call, but I could not do that because he was supposed to take the call. So I told him that no, I could not take your call. You have to take your own call. I can't tell you what to do, but you have to take your own call. So in that way, he was able to relax a little bit, and even though he was still scared, he did his best to answer that call as much as he could. And of course, since you are still starting, right? You are not yet familiar of how the calls are like. You will really be scared at first, and you will really be nervous at first. But eventually, he became better and better, and he would perform very, very well. And right now, after a few years, he is already a team manager. So would you believe that? He is already a team manager. That person who could not even speak straight when he first talked with his customer is already a team manager now because he did his best. He was able to plan his future in that account and in this industry. So he was able to achieve and reach his goal as a team manager. So I tell you now, if you're thinking that the call center is a dead-end job because there is no growth at all, you will just be taking calls forever, then you're right if you think of it that way. But if you think of it the other way, like, okay, I'm gonna start working in a call center because I also want to be better, I want to perform well. Do your best, and then eventually you will reach your goal. Do you want to be a supervisor? Do you want to move to the IT department, HR department, whatever department you like? You can do that as long as you are determined and you really have that go-getter attitude. So you have to go get it. So that's about it for our Call Center Storytime episode 3. I hope you watch out for episode 4 this Friday. As I'm filming this, I am traveling and it's a little bit challenging to be consistent with all these videos, but I also just want to take this time to thank each and every one of you for tuning into my videos every Wednesdays and Fridays, and for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me that you are telling me that you got hired and that you are learning so much from my videos. It just allows me to keep going and to keep making videos for you, and hopefully expand my reach in the future and make more online courses or online trainings that will benefit you as a viewer or as a call center aspirant. So there. Again, if you like this video, please like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe as well. Comment down below for your questions or your topic suggestions. I know that this can already be a long video if I talk so much more, but well, this is a story time video, so I'm just taking my time to be less formal and to be more personal with you. Again, thank you so much if you're watching this. Thank you very much. See you on my next video, and take care.